Welcome back. You're here with our Master J, and today we are providing some comments on Rippaverse Concept Art Book. That was one of the special limited edition items that was part of the initial campaign for ISOM 1. I have a ton of issues with this. I realized that the price point for this book was intended to make it a little bit more exclusive, right? It was supposed to be a collector's item. If I'm going to pay $75 for a book, I would expect it to be more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. $9 and about 40 cents per page for this concept art book, which again is of decent quality, but not nearly the same quality as the actual comic itself, and is pretty much just the exact art style for the characters. Only Yaira has actually multiple stylistic items. Everybody else looks identical to how they look in the book. There's no development. I was expecting something that was maybe not going to be 90 pages, but was probably going to be, 25, 40 pages-ish of black and whites, stenciling, how the character went from kind of phase 1 to phase 4 of what you're seeing in the comic book now. I also thought it was going to include a couple characters that we are not introduced yet within ISOM 1. So I'm going to be entirely honest. I feel completely ripped off by what this is. And I do not know if what this is, outside of the Rippaverse becoming the biggest thing ever, I don't know if this concept art book will ever equate to being worth $75 again. Now, there are limited edition. They're never supposed to be printed again, so there will be something to this, but for $75, I feel cheated. I really thought it was going to be something more than 8 pages of pretty much here's the initial doodles of the characters, and they look identical to the characters that were actually released within the book. The fact that there's not even a I was just looking for multiple drafts. The write-ups are fine, but it's just Times New Roman font. There's nothing special. It's not written font. This book could not have been that expensive to produce. It is, the paper's still decent paper, but it is just a basic staple bound, 8-page, folded over book. Enjoy the quality of the comic. I don't have an issue with the price point on the comic. I know that's been a topic of discussion, but I think the comic is of the highest of quality. So you are paying for a quality product, independent of artwork or anything else. You are paying for the binding, for the paper, for the finish, right? You're not paying for anything that's cheap. So I don't necessarily have an issue with that. Obviously, independent first time running through a process, you're going to pay a little bit more. Hopefully, as contracts and things of that nature come along, costs will be able to come down to get the books more in the $20 to $25 per issue instead of $35. But $75 for this, I know it needed to be priced to make it a little exclusive, but for $75, I would have expected a lot more. So I'm extremely disappointed in the concept art book. Hopefully one day this will be worth $3,000 because there are only 2,000 of them, and the Rippaverse will be the most amazing comic book company the world has ever seen. But I will tell you right now, hopefully it's the investment that it potentially can be. But I will say I'm very disappointed in what this was for the cost, for the price point that it was. So that's my 2 cents on that. I know I might take some heat for that one in the comment section, but I wanted to express how I felt. Make sure that it is what it is. Again, I'm not necessarily disappointed that I bought it, but definitely disappointed in what was delivered to me. So with that said, please like and subscribe and leave a comment below to let me know what you think of the concept art book. Are you happy with it? Do you think it was worth the bang for the buck? Do you think it's worth the investment, that being that it is a limited edition item for the first campaign of the Rippaverse? So let me know what you think. Other than that, have a fantastic rest of your evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are in this crazy world. Maintain your sanity, and as always, GG's everybody.